This is another decoy voice. America is falling apart, of course. Of course it's falling apart. There are too many, again, like I was saying before, there are people who are praising dictators, people who are just, remove them. They're not there for your nation. They're obviously not. Like you can question why your nation does something, but you never praise or like an opposing nation's like criminal actions. You never do.
Apparently pretending to be a bum to bust fraud won't stop you from being assaulted, as you might accidentally cut off an addict's access to free cigarettes and cash. As in California, J.J. Smith first captured this scam up in San Francisco.
What's the line for? Sign a petition. They get $25 to sign a petition. They get $25? $5.
And down in Los Angeles, muckraker found the same.
They are giving cigarettes in exchange for signatures on ballot initiatives, which is a very serious crime. We're going to be referring to this.
You can't pay someone for that kind. Oh my freaking gosh. Oh my freaking. It's just blatant corruption everywhere. Blatant corruption. We have it in Minneapolis. We have it in California. We have it, well, just everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. This nation is absolutely cooked because people used to have respect for the jobs they held, for the positions of leadership they had. For some reason, people started doing everything as politics. You have office politics. You have, instead of there being actual leaders in jobs, actual leaders doing things that needed to be done, no. We have politicians. We do not need politicians. We need leaders. Every nation would be better off if there was actually a leader, someone who understands that something bad happened, but is willing to fall on their sword because they didn't teach their team properly. This is one thing I hated about being in a position of power at my job, is I would always be like, yes, that was my team's responsibility. I'll take ownership of it. But when every other manager was talking about it, it was like, oh, no, I'll get this person in trouble. It's not my fault. It's their fault. Well, they're under you, so it's your fault. It was just like, oh my gosh, I freaking hate that crap. I hate this. Like I've always hated politics, no matter what. When I start hearing, oh, it's office politics. Oh, it's just politics. Oh, it's just like, no, we don't need politics. We need leaders. Leaders is what makes a nation great, not politics. Politics is what ruins a nation. Politics is what makes people sell out their nation to another nation just for more cash. Why? Because they don't care about their nation. They just want to remain in power. A leader is someone who's willing to fall on the sword for their people. A leader is willing to actually do what is necessary. We need leaders again, not politicians.
To law enforcement.
Who cares? Do it.
We just
have
talked
a
about
blast.
this.
Giving putting that camera in my face.
Whoa, you can't touch that battery.
Well,
that is
you can't
battery right
touch
there.
it. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you're going to be on the news.
You don't care about the news?
You have one of them accepting a clipboard with a signed petition. And that would be a cash transfer in exchange for a signature.
With Cam Higby also saying in exchange of cash.
Are you registering people to vote, or are you voting?
And if you look closely, that is a cash transfer, $5 in exchange for somebody to register to vote. That is both illegal in California state and federally illegal.
As Savannah Hernandez caught this specific individual allegedly breaking voter laws.
This man behind me was actually caught bribing homeless to sign petitions, which is illegal per California election law.
He's doing thumbs up because guess what? Nothing's going to happen to him. Nothing's going to happen to him. It's just corruption everywhere. Yeah, because people have lost. Morals have gone down the drain. People no longer respect any sort of position. They just don't. So it is all disappeared. It is all absolutely dissipated because people are just in it for themselves. They're not signing a contract to be there to agree to that contract. No, they're signing a contract in order to play the system.
Did you want to sign up, sir? I don't know what this is. Free signatures. You sign petition, get cigarettes. Perfect.
I actually have you on camera saying that you were...
But do people deserve a selfless leader like that? No. But that's the thing. That's what makes it worth fighting for, is a leader isn't great because the people deserve him. A leader is great because he does what the people need. It's like the line from Batman, type of thing. You literally need to have someone who is willing to go to bat for their people, or when the people do wrong, because someone is more likely, who are they more likely to follow? The one who sees someone do something wrong, so they cast him out and blame him for everything, or the person who did something wrong. Like, I kid you not, I wrote more people up as I was a boss than anyone else at the building. All of them respected me. However, when anyone else wrote someone else up, they were all angry. Why? Because I took the blame for when they did something wrong. I don't know. Oh, shoot. We got a scratch. And I took the blame for when they did something wrong. I took the blame for when they did something wrong. And then when I got written up, they felt guilty that they would actually listen to me. And when I wrote them up, they understood why, because I'd talk with them over and over and over again. Instead of just like, oh, I don't want this to fall on me since I'm the boss. I'm just gonna write up these people so that way they take the fall. Like, no, that's not a leader. That's not a leader. And it was like disheartening for me to basically see people who are politicians in places over other people, because they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. Politicians are willing to sacrifice anyone to stay where they're at. I don't want to be a politician. I'd rather be a leader. And I was a leader. Like, literally, that's what cost me that job as a boss, basically, is me taking the fall for other people. So other people saw, like the other politicians saw, I was an easy mark. That's the problem. But people respected me. And that's the thing. I know I was well respected there. I know I was well liked there. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. But people deserve a leader. It doesn't matter if they're good or bad. They deserve a leader. And the leader is what makes other people want to do better. If you have a politician, like look at the US. The US has had nothing but politicians for ages. Why is anyone else going to do anything correctly? When the people who are in the places of power don't care about the people. If you had leaders in power, the people would be more likely to follow. They would be much more likely to follow.
Camera handing out cigarettes, yeah.
Yes,
You signed the petition. That was illegal if you sign a cigarette. If you sign, you're gonna get something. You're not even being a good investigative journalism.
I'm actually trying to
You're not
ask
doing
you.
any investigative journalism. Out of here, you don't belong here.
They're doing that all day long. I watched them.
Then James O'Keefe and Cam Higby saw him again.
Sir, can I look at the petition? Can I look at the petition?
Cigarettes for signatures is against the law in California. We break the law, bro. It's against the law in California to get cigarettes.
What's that? You're gonna send me down? We're just asking questions. I got my spray ready to go. Oh, I'm fine.
The what guy in white shirt? The kid? The kid? Yeah. Hey, pick one, Durandar 2 or KGF 2. Easy answer, Durandar. Why? Because KGF 2, there was so much there that didn't feel like it needed to be there. In Durandar, everything feels like it belongs. Everything feels like it belongs. Sorry, that was a tangent there, but I was asked the question. I'm just like, I have to answer. In my head, I know immediately which one. Because KGF, the first one, absolutely love. I could sit down and watch it over and over and over and over and over again. KGF 2, not so much. Durandar 1 and 2, I could easily watch them both. US is more market driven than moral leadership. Yeah, because they all want to do backroom deals and sell out their nation. Yeah, that's absolutely the way it is. That's absolutely the way it is. They just try to sell it out. Like that. That's the thing. It's like Modi's literally trying to protect India. You need to get out all we need people in power who are willing to remove the rots in leadership. You need to remove the rot in leadership. What's he doing? He's just acting weird. My dog just flipping himself.
That guy almost found out, though. We don't have to ask her in a public space.
Then they got attacked.
You're offering cigarettes.
Hey.
Whoa. I think he's underage, so they can't do anything back to him. I think he's underage. Oh my gosh. The white t-shirt. The one who assaulted them. Yeah.
I really want to know who's paying these idiots to be out there, likely committing illegal acts on behalf of the Democrats in broad daylight. But sadly in California, it's likely you, the taxpayer. As how did this scam become so egregious that basically anybody with a cell phone can randomly roam the rundown areas of their city and find an abundance of the same exact fraud, non-stop, until they're physically assaulted? Not because they're wrong, but because, one, the bums might get cut off from their free cigarettes and
You thought that was Speed? I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw a clip of him, the hairstyle for some reason looked like I Show Speed. Never actually seen a stream of his, but I know vaguely what he looks like. So I was like, that hairstyle, maybe he's there with the other reporters. Nope.
And two, the video evidence of this should be enough to send some of these idiots to prison. And with all this
California
Democrat pushback on the SAVE Act, saying we don't need voter ID as no one's voting illegally, if we do see an abundance of this evidence, shouldn't the left be demanding arrests? Nah, when faced with it, California's saddest sobbing senator just runs away.
Senator Padilla, recent undercover reporting in Los Angeles is showing that there is cash for ballot deals being made. I'm with the press. Well, where's the badge? It's right here. My badge is right here.
And this is especially hilarious since that senator is basically only known for charging into a press conference without his badge, getting lightly arrested, and proceeding to weep on TV for the next month.
Gavin Newsom is now demanding prosecutions for these cash for ballot deals being made in Los Angeles. This is your state.
He says that he doesn't enforce that. That's the thing, is like, again, I hate politicians. They'll say one thing, but never actually do anything. They say stuff is illegal, but then will do everything they can to keep that illegal system running because they're able to profit from it.
Of California, where this is happening, why are you opposed to the safeguards in the Save America Act? There's election fraud actively happening in the state of California, and you're opposed to the Save America Act. Can you explain why?
Two different things.
There is election fraud happening in California. Why not be a proponent of the Save America Act to protect American elections?
No. That was San Francisco's mayor that got attacked on the road and just walked away. California is so ruined. I live here, and I'm not gonna lie. Well, it's sad to see it, but at the same time, it needs to. It needs to be ruined. Again, we're losing New York. California is soon to follow. Mamdani is literally finishing what happened during 9/11. He's literally finishing the job, and odds are we just need to let it happen. Let all the wackadoos be in that city as it burns down. But just have to sacrifice it. Have to sacrifice what was considered one of the greatest nations in the world. Or not nations, sorry. One of the greatest cities in the world, which I'd never cared to visit to begin with. But it was considered one of the biggest cities in the world. Just sacrifice it. So that way, hopefully the rest of America can understand that, this socialism nonsense doesn't work. It doesn't work. Especially when no one's willing to do anything because everyone gets the same.
And the American people still want answers. Thank you very much.
Now, you could claim these are two separate things, but voting without an ID creates concern.
California claimed to be a 4 trillion economy, just like India. Well, the reason why is because a lot of the workforce in California is Indian. A lot of the high-paying jobs are from India. Most people who know like engineering are from India. Most doctors here in California are from India. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. I mean, you go to a doctor's convention and you throw a rock at it and you'll hit, most odds are like 50-50 that you'll hit an Indian in the crowd. You shouldn't throw a rock in a convention, but I'm just saying. Because it's funny, it's like my wife will be driving around and she's reading all the doctor's offices and then it's just like Indian. Oh, not Indian. Indian, not Indian. It's like, yep, that's it. So yeah, they can claim it because the majority of California, especially the profiteering ones, are all Indian. Sure, a lot of them are probably sending money back home, but they're making money.
About security, and those concerns are compounded when in broad daylight, the little existing border laws are also being violated, and the lack of voter ID
Indians are making the American dream come true.
For cheating. As
Not
all
Americans.
Throughout California, people are signing things they know nothing about, for money. So who knows what they could be doing during an election season. But at least in this administration, citizen journalism is finally making a difference. Nick Shirley's recent investigation into California is almost at 1 million views, forcing CBS News to also look into it, even informing the normies a single building in LA housed 89 hospices, as Los Angeles seems to have all the fraud.
Doctor billed the government $120 million in a single year, claiming to oversee 1,900 patients. With almost 2,000 hospice agencies, LA County has more than 36 states combined, and 30 times more than either Florida or New York.
18% of the whole country's home healthcare billing.
Yeah, it's funny how much fraud there is in my brother and sister-in-law can't find a place to place their kids because all of it's fake. All of it's fake. There's nothing real, and the real ones are all full because all the others are fake.
Is coming out of Los Angeles County. How is that possible?
And take a look at this map, a cluster of 287 hospice providers in a 2-mile radius, some in strip malls, unmarked buildings, even a wrecking yard and vacant lot.
All of it is just paperwork. I could fill that out in Kazakhstan if I want. And get a hospice license waiting for me.
And public outrage is one thing, but what we really want is mass arrests. And they may have started.
Yep. Currently, today, actually, they arrested a man who was stealing those medical beneficiary numbers inside of LA today on identity theft.
Hopefully. And even though California's Governor Newsom says he wants arrests, I honestly don't believe a single thing he says. As when he's not burning through 100 million bucks.
The high-speed rail. Yep. Oh no, this is California's unfinished wildlife bridge to nowhere. Yeah, there are so many projects that they've sunk. This is 100 million. Yeah, it's the high-speed rail that what was it Mother said when we were talking to her? Oh, yeah, almost like $100 billion. 90 billion to $100 billion have up and disappeared on a high-speed rail that has gone nowhere. Like, it was funny, I was driving that way for an appointment with my wife, and I pointed it out to her. It's like, this is the famed $100 billion high-speed rail. I didn't say $100 billion. Like, this is the $1 billion high-speed rail, and it's literally, you see the start and end of it just when you first see it. It's only like 4 kilometers. Less than that? No, less than that. Not even a kilometer. Not even a kilometer, because you can see it. It was just, the whole thing is blatant corruption. Governments, especially if we're having politicians, all need to be audited. Politicians, their bank accounts need to be open to the public. The where the money goes needs to be open to the public. They have to show all this stuff. There can't be any of this nonsense where, oh, they can make deals, or like the Clintons did, they had their own foundation where the majority, like 98% of what was donated to the Clinton Foundation went into the Clintons' pocket. Nothing went into actually supporting any community other than the Clintons.
On a bridge to nowhere, most of which being our own tax dollars, led by seemingly insane individuals that are really into mountain lions. News comes out there lying again, this time seconds apart.
You won't see me in a podcast with notes, right? Because again, spatially I can't look down, and then what I'll do is I'll take what's underlined and then I'll put it out, and this is literally an actual example. I'll just put in pieces of paper everything I underlined, and then I'll do that for hours and hours and hours, and then eventually I'll put it on a little yellow card, which will have just quick notes, and then it's in my...
Wait, so... he doesn't do notes, but he has notes right there. I get it.
Newscomb trying to relate to black people by saying he's also illiterate has to be the most hilarious end to a political career ever.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Being illiterate apparently makes you black. I mean, I'm illiterate. I'm illiterate for sure, but I'm not black. I'm not black. I'm just illiterate. I'm just retarded. That's just the way it is. But yeah, it's just crazy. I honestly believe, like, I don't believe like the entire system needs to be destroyed, but the system needs to be open to the public. We can't have these people hiding what they're doing, how they're betraying the American people. They can't. It has to be seen. If you're a public servant, everyone needs to know. Everyone needs to know what you make. Like, there has to be, because there are a ton of departments in government that are absolutely useless. We need to close all those and actually open a system that modulates the income and like, not modulates, but keeps an eye on the income of these politicians. Where are these big donations going? These plans for like the government. Oh, the government is planning on doing a high-speed rail. Well, who is being paid? Who's the contractor? Oh, the contractor is a friend of Gavin Newsom, and he's sharing a bit of that money with the governor himself. We can't allow, like, that's literally what needs to be done. There has to be that. Regime changing? No, we just need younger people. We need younger people because, I mean, heck, Trump literally wanting a question for Japan's prime minister, answering something, and then literally answering the question that was directly asked to Japan's prime minister. We need younger people in charge. We really do. Like, that's it. I could like, if I was in politics, if I was in a position like that, I would probably only give it a few years, because there's no way I could see myself constantly doing that. It'd just be like aggravating, absolutely aggravating. Because it's just disheartening too. It's absolutely disheartening.
You guys got a video? It's so bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.